10:1. Again. I am the toot, X-rated. People need to know that I'm X-rated. Y'all hear me? And let people know how to rip, I'm X-rated. That's going to mark the spot every time. Isn't that right? People not ready to hear what I'm going to tell them, but I tell it to them anyway. Isn't that right? I used to say I'd be instant in season and out of season. People say it ain't time. It's time. It's time. People don't want to believe. It's time, though. And that whether they believe it or not, it's time. Isn't that right? Got to wake out of sleep. Let's look at something. This is the book of Romans, chapter 10 and verse 1. Listen. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Please. I'd like to be clocked in. Isn't that right? Ching, ching. He said, go in the vineyard and work. Whatsoever right? I hear that. They let me know. You go ahead and work. I'll pay it. Whatever right, you ain't going to lose it. He ain't failed me yet. Whatever right, he'll pay it. Listen.
Our key, my heart's desire and prayer to Alyahu for Yasharal is
that they might
be saved.
But do what?
I bear them record that they have a zeal of Alyahu,
but not
according to knowledge.
Tell them why.
For they, being ignorant of Allahim's Sadiq, and going about to establish their own Sadiq,
had did what?
Not submitted themselves unto the Sadiq of Alyahu.
Tell them what happened, son.
For the Mashiach is the end of the law for Sadiq to every one that believeth.
That's what I'm talking about. That's where confusion come in. End means it's over. Always they see end, they take over. We look at the conclusion. This is what we found. We look at the Mashiach. We look at the conclusion of when we come back and we set back to look at the law. Y'all got me? The Torah is what we're looking at. We're looking at law for us. And we look at law, we find a lot of behaviors these people have come along and tried to condense us down to are not actually from our law. See, when you watch these people had another agenda. Let's look at something. They're going to call it the book of Luke, but the actual name is Alyahu. Alyahu, chapter 23, I think is what I want. Let me hear 33, be fine. They're going to call it Luke. Only good Luke we ever had was a rapper, Two Live Crew. Then he got filthy. Other Luke, I don't trust him from Star Wars. Darth Vader was his dad. I seen that boy fight his dad. I got the same care of him I got for LeBron James. You know, right? He didn't even repent. We've been running LeBron James down. We're going to talk about how Luke fought his daddy, did it? White folk did that and folks still go pay for them. I ain't going to watch that stuff. The law teach against that. See, we don't know the law, though. Man, I'm saying fought against his own daddy. What the law? That man, he let him die to death. Ain't that right? He should be dead. One of the people from the studio audience should have walked out here and said, order for them move to be authentic. Kill that bastard. That's law. They don't want to look at that. People don't like to be practical, but see, I'm telling you what they do when you watch these movies. We've taught our children, and our children have learned blasphemous behaviors from them. This was the whole reason why he came and told us badal, which was to separate. You have to separate from these people. Malcolm had a concept, small, but Malcolm and Islamic religion still teach Christian antics. Y'all hear me? They still have Christianity because they still use Jesus, holy, church, all this stuff they congested with show hypocrisy. Their whole religion is based on they still have to believe a book that has been translated wrongly. Makes no sense. All right, let's see what happens. This is the Alyahu 23 and 33. What's that, 33? Let's see what it says. Listen.
And when they were come to the place which is called Calvary, there they crucified him.
What is Calvary, brother? Golgotha, place of the skull. So naturally reading that, what was our thinking? There was a place with a lot of heads in it. And it was not. This was a high peak on a mountain, and it was shaped, and it figured, it looked like a skull. Listen.
And the malefactors, one on the right hand and the other on the left. Mm-hmm. Then said Yahusha, Abba, forgive them.
Uh-oh, what did he say?
Abba, forgive them.
Tell them why.
For they know not what they do.
Ain't that beautiful? That's beautiful. It's a beautiful message. Mattiyahu. They're going to call it Matthew. It's Mattiyahu. Alyahu 5. We'll start 1. Yeah. That's beautiful. Who know why we call it? Because it's right. Ain't no other reason to call it if it's wrong. Isn't that right? Which would be Rasha. We don't want to use it if it's Rasha. We call it because it's right. Listen.
And seeing the multitudes,
What did he do?
went up into a mountain.
See that? That's his behavior. Go up into a high peak. He went up into a mountain. And when he was what?
Set.
What happened?
His taught ones came unto him.
And what did he do?
Opened his mouth,
And did what?
taught them.
Which is going to conjoin into your law. At the 2nd chapter of the book of Yeshayahu, they're going to call him Isaiah. Our problem with Isaiah is that he kissed magic in the mouth. Ain't he going to worry about that, though, is it? Isaiah kissed magic in the mouth. That's why we look at Yeshayahu, which means the salvation of Yahuwah. Listen.
The Dabari that Yeshayahu, the Ben of Ammuz, saw concerning Yehuda and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last Yamim
Tell him what's going to happen.
that the mountain of Yahuwah's house shall be established in the top of the mountains,
Hold what you got. And listen what happened.
and shall be exalted above the hills,
They're going to be exalted above the hills. And what's going to happen?
and all nations shall flow into it.
Hold what you got. At the 5th chapter book of Matthew 5 and 1. Let's see if you got a figure of what happened. Listen.
And seeing the multitudes,
A multitude. What happened?
he went up into a mountain.
And he went up into a mountain. And what happened?
When he was set,
So he just put the house in the top of the mountain, which would be the Beth. Your second Aleph Bet, the Beth, which would be the house or the temple. Or the land. House, temple, or land. Y'all got it? House, temple, home, or land. So now, see, knowing our Allah Beth help us to get a grasp, a comprehension when we hear this. When you see he went up into a mountain, and when he was set, we will look established. Y'all got it? When he was established, he opened his mouth. Well, then we should have realized this was your law being played for you. He saw a multitude going to be a mass of people. That's what, listen, Yeshayahu 2 and 2. What did he tell us happened?
And it shall come to pass in the last Yamim
What happened?
that the mountain of Yahuwah's Beth shall be established in the top of the mountains,
See that? That his house was going to be established in the top of the mountain. And what was going to happen?
and shall be exalted above the hills,
Uh-huh.
and all nations shall flow unto
See
it.
that? All nations are going to do what?
Shall flow unto it.
And tell them what's going to happen?
And many people shall go and say, Come ye,
Let
and
us
let
do
us
what?
go up to the mountain of Yahuwah,
To the who?
to the house of the Elohim of Yaakov.
See, now we look at this and we can clearly define this because you have to have, by our law, we have to have what? 2 witnesses. Yeshayahu 66 and 1. So it's not hard. You just got to show pattern. Here we find pattern of behavior. See, this is what people don't look at. Let me tell you what you have to do. Even in a murder case, you always got to have motive. You're going to need, a lot of times you need witnesses. You don't need evidence. You got to prove motive. If you find him dead and you don't find no weapon, you're going to accuse me. The clear thing a prosecutor, a good, efficient prosecutor look at, a jury's going to look at motive. Do y'all know me and Leon had any conflict? Have y'all known me and him ever had any conflict? It's going to be hard to put that murder on me. Because a good defense attorney going to come in and show that. So what was the motive of why I killed him? Jealousy, rage, adultery, homosexuality. What was it? You got to have some proof. You know the problem with us. See, in a court of law, there are certain things you have to be able to prove. That's what our law teaches. This is court for. This is law. We're in Yahuwah's court. We have to be able to prove law. You can't just throw out statements. You got to be able to defend these statements. Now, I'm telling you that this man is fulfilling book. Then I got to show motive. I got to show evidence. Listen. Let's see what he told her. Yeshayahu 66 and 1. Listen.
Thus saith Yahuwah, Shamayim is my throne.
See that? Shamayim is my throne. And?
The Arich is my footstool.
And they're going to say heaven and earth. The earth is my footstool. Tell them what he said, son.
Where is the house that ye build unto me?
This is what he just told you. I'm looking for a house. Tell us about the bed.
And where is the place of my rest?
Tell them what happened.
For all those things hath mine hand made.
He just said, did I not bara all these things? He said, I've already created these things. Bara. Listen.
And all those things have been, saith Yahuwah.
What happened?
But to this Anus will I look.
That's what I'm talking about. So he just asked you about him building a house. So now when we hear Yeshayahu tell us this statement, then we should have been looking for an Anus. We should have been looking for an Anus, which is our word for man or men, plural. An Anus. This is what we were looking for. To this man am I going to look. I'm looking for somebody who can build me a house. Why would this man be significant? Because we're looking for a couple of things about him that's going to make him significant. The purpose of why we're going to look for somebody who's going to come out of the house of Yehuda. We're going to look for somebody to be the son of Daud. The father that we gave him, Yahusuf, also was a carpenter. Because I just asked you who's going to make it. A carpenter know how to build. At the 5th chapter of the book of Yehukanan. See, a lot of people, they don't look at stuff. This ain't significant. That's why see, it's bad to believe something you don't know why you believe it. I always believe that. Why? Then I say your faith is in vain. Your faith is void. It's in vain. Because you don't have no reason. Yehukanan 5 and 17. Let's see what he told us. Listen.
But Yahusha answered them.
This is what happened now. Yahusha answered them. Hold on, back me up at verse 16.
And therefore did the Yahudim persecute Yahusha and sought to slay him.
Y'all see that? Therefore did they persecute Yahusha and sought to slay him. They looked to kill him. Tell them why.
Because he had done these things on the Shabbat Yom.
Not the Sabbath. The Sabbath is Greek. Greek ain't worth a damn. Not worth a damn. They'll say damn is a cuss word. No, damn means condemn. Or something to hold. All they do is hold you up. Any word condemning is so terrible, so awful. All these people had, from the Egyptians to the white Americans to the Italians to the Romans, all these people had us as slaves. Every one of these people, I don't know why we so in love with our slave masters. Why we so in grasp to try to go and learn and convert to our slave man? They still dominate us today. I tell you before, people don't even know one of America's biggest trade sources is Italy. You would assume it was China. It's not. America trade more with Italy. Where the Pope said. You always make a fool out of people keep thinking China. Italy got more control and discipline him. You go in their court system, you see Latin. You go to Washington, D.C., all you're going to see is Latin and Greek. Everything you speaking pretty much is Latin and Greek. How much Asian you speaking? Which is Mandarin. Nigga think Mandarin is an orange. They don't even know what the people speak. They speak Chinese. Go tell the Chinese they speak Chinese. They'll tell your mama speak nigga. No Chinese speak no Chinese. Well, Janet, do Chinese speak Chinese? Don't leave me out here, Janice. I need help. Do they speak Chinese or they speak Mandarin? What's she saying? Hold on, Dwayne, what did you say? Well, don't you translate. Mandarin is the dominant language. Well, we're gonna go with Mandarin. Everybody, it's just like you in it's just like when you in Haiti. The dominant language actually going to be Creole. What did you say? Dutch? I hope you don't go nowhere else outside this country than when we take. That's why you fell and tripped when we was in Germany. Where we was at? In Sweden. Germany tripped and fell. Something, yeah. I thought that Columbia had a stroke in there. But anyway, we're going to leave him right here for now. But anyway, so you know other people going to pick up other stuff. But Mandarin is the dominant language, just like Creole is in Haiti. But Haiti, they try to be sophisticated. They pick up French. They look at you being poor when you speak, or dumb, illiterate when you speak Creole. But if you speak French, you just look to be more intelligent. Y'all didn't know that? How many of y'all didn't know that? Seriously, that's what they do. Speaking French, it looks like you're more astute, more educated. So if you speak Creole, it looks like you're dumb. It's just like John and them. You speak Gullah down in South Carolina, it's like they treat y'all more like they're going to look at them more like they're dumb. Am I correct? It is. Because they're around the world. Gullah is the natural language they speak. It's an easy flow. Kim, you from St. Lucia? If y'all speak Creole, is it looked down upon versus the major? They want you to look more, speak more English or whatever, try to fit in. Kim, don't leave me out here. Am I right, Kim? Say what? You agree with me? Last time I said something about y'all want them fat women, he was talking about, I don't know what preacher. I told him, I said, listen, I said in the island, in Africa, in other parts of Africa, again, we use the K, not the C. Why? The K shows before the dominance, before the white came. The C shows the dominance of the white Caucasian. So they show you Africa with a C. That shows you the domination of the whites when they came. We use the K, Africa. Y'all hear me? We want it before the domination. And we're going to get it back, too, from these dirty crowds. But the thing that we try to, that you look at, having bigger women were more what you looked at because they looked to be healthier and stronger. So getting bigger women were in. Even from slavery time, you looked at them being stronger, they could work, they could produce more kids. Smaller, skinnier women were not choice, were not prevalent choices. In island women, bigger women were more of a choice. Skinny women, it was hard. You had to get more or less the leftovers. Bigger women were choice, but now we moving time now, everybody want, you know what I'm saying, toothpick. Everybody want to get, you know what I'm saying, a little Lunchables. Nigga don't want whole meal. You know, nigga getting whole meal, now they get a Lunchable. You know what I'm saying? It is. They get a little Lunchable. They don't want a whole lunch. They go eat now. They don't even take a lunch. Nigga just take a little, pick up something like that. Got a little carrot stick in here and one, it's a dip. There ain't no lunch, man. What is that? That the kind, it is. Forehead, you go for nigga have a lunch. It was a lunch. Nigga have a meat, potatoes. Oh, no, not take that to lunch. No, nigga want a sandwich. Something little cute, you just dump it all in a little bowl and stir it up. That's how they get women now. But in the island, he know they did. He finally broke down and had to admit all right. Though. He told me, I mean, they do get big women on it, but that ain't everybody. I said, man, I know they do. But see, once we started getting our senses changed and dull with mixing in with this other race and these people, because they were thinner people, it's just natural we'll start to take what they had, because we look at whatever white had was right. I'll just be honest. Matthew, you're not going to use that, so you'll be driving that mustard on your shirt now. He told me, yeah, that's all that white folks, stop it. But yeah, but that's kind of a true statement. Because once you start mixing in with them, you start changing your dynamics of how you view white, right, and wrong. It's just being honest. The way we see things or we saw things have always been through white eyes. It's been projected through white. White tell you what's profanity and what. People say profanity, they didn't know what profanity meant. Does that mean curse it? It does not mean it. It means something other than sacred. So it's a lot of things you can say that's not sacred. That means profanity then. Car. What did I just use? That's profanity. Jesus is profanity. See, I tie these niggas up with their own words. These people don't know no better. You can't know no better. They white people have praying you, so you heard me say, damn, oh, hell, oh. Then the man tell you you're going to hell. They say your book tell you you're going to hell. That's different. How's it different? So hell changes? Damn changes? He said if you don't believe, you're damned. Why tell these people they damned? He cursed. Because everything we heard have been through white people. They do it all the time. People say, well, that's them, they different. It shouldn't be. The only difference should be between us and them is clean and unclean. Kodash and not Kodash. That's the only difference ought to be. These people ain't got no more liberties and rights than us. We are Alyahu. That's right. Now we got to start looking at pattern of behavior. Let's finish what we saying here in the book of Yehukanan. They're going to call it John. Shut nobody John, shut none of it John. Damn him. I'm talking about the Anglo-Saxon John that they put here. When I say that, I'm saying, I know I say the name. When I say that, because there's just been, we give servitude to the name these people give us versus the Abari name that we've been given. So all these names have quality, they have technique to them. These names have dynamics to them. These people have nothing to their name. Nothing. They give these names don't mean nothing. Absolutely nothing. So they actually take away. And we take it and we sit to think it's something sacred. We name our kids out of these slave. Oh, these are slave trader names. Matthew, John. All these are slave trader, Luke, all these people. No white won't put no black names in there. Zechariah. Right. Damn that name. That's right. If somebody got hit, they got hit. Now we can. I ain't said the person they carrying it because they ignorant. They ain't had nothing to do with it. Mammy and Papa just gave us these names. None of us had nothing to do with our name. Mammy and Papa gave it to us. They ain't know no better. They read and thought they did. They were going to give us some kind of connection, give us some kind of hope. The hope come in through the promise. Yeah. We got a name that give everybody a conclusion to salvation. The book said he had given him a name, which is above what? So these names don't mean that. If the name we look at, Yahushua, that's the name that every knee going to have to bow, every tongue going to have to confess. Yeah. They're going to have to confess that he is Yahuwah. When they confess, it's going to be to the glory of Yahuwah, which is the Abba, the Father for us. Let's see what he told us. 5:17, 5:16. What happened, son?
And therefore did the Yahudim persecute Yahushua and sought to slay him because he had done these things on the Shabbat Yom.
What happened, son?
But Yahushua answered them, my Abba worketh hitherto.
You hear what he said? He said, my Abba worketh hitherto. What happened?
And I work.
Y'all hear what he said? Why you get, don't give me Matthew 22. Matthew. You know what I love about their way, too? We can prove it out. I appreciate my key. Love y'all, key. That's good help, you know, because that go along with what we believe in. So these guys be just shooting stuff out their mouth. I want to see you write it. Where you get it from? So it'll be sitting like that. It was like they'll be shooting any kind of junk out there. I saw I had one other time about Israel. I said, man, how you getting these eyes and these? Where you getting this stuff from? And these folks go ahead and get these people. I said, most of these counts I find drinking and smoking run through them women. Yeah. I smell smoke on them. I smell. That's why I throw it out. I smell that smoke. They don't even go along. They don't even condense in what we do. They ain't been smoking no done weed. I don't believe no running no hole. Isn't that right? We establishing this thing one way. Y'all got it. Go right back. How many wives did he have in the garden? That way it's going to be when he come back. In the 19th chapter book of Kazoo, he said, who made herself ready? Wife, singular. It's coming back to one. He coming right back to how he saw it the first. I don't care what you done between. You don't get your behind back into this one. Can't be running here making a done mess. I sat here and I let you know, don't you say be no fool now. Ain't that right? You got to come right back in. You got to get this one. Isn't that right? One way or another, they got to come right back and get it. That's how it was in the beginning. That's how it's going to be in the end. At the olive and the two. When you go look in the garden, you're going to say, man had one wife. Isn't that right? When he come out the garden, that man come back in and stab and get it, he said his wife, not wives, plural, his wife, single, made herself ready. Isn't that right? Come right back to one. Don't let these folks make no fool out of y'all. Sit around there doing, have somebody sitting around there doing dissatisfied. I mean, a little fat joker came in, had them two wives, said joker better, got more better than he got brought down bottom. I know he had it. One of them went on and left him. I know he couldn't do nothing no more. That joker had too much better. So on top of that girl, that leg still be kicking back there like a duck. Man, get your behind up. No good way he couldn't hold down both of them women. Isn't that right? Them jokers got it, then they stopped working, got the wife working, got the women out working. A disgrace and a shame. Man, every wife on the street scuffling out there working. Ain't even a real man. Isn't that right? It don't even make no sense. When he created the noose, he told me put him in the garden, he wanted to keep the ground. There ain't no doing Benny and wife out there plying and pulling and plucking. Fat, sloppy nigga laying up on a tree sleep. Ought to get some birds shoot him in his face for sitting up down. Ain't that right? No way in the world be sitting up later when my wife out there scuffling and huffing out there in the wind, blowing her down. Nigga snap them laid back. Still don't even make no sense. Ain't gonna get in the forefront. Y'all hear me? I tell you, man, I do like Yahuwah did. Man, I'm billing men. I take them scrap parts, throw what they needed. The rest on there, I throw it away. I construct them, put them together. This Davari let me do it. Ain't that right? Teach a man we ought to do. This how ain't no man away. No man got no man, no woman get out of work. Man, I trip up. One gonna tell, come, she could beat you, she fast. Come on, I'm gonna trip up. Said she was fast, she should have caught that foot for a trip. Then I'm just be trying on that. She gonna be skint up too. Make her fall hard. Don't you never try it. Let no woman beat me. I don't let no woman beat. She get out there talking. She can live 400 pounds. Let her do it. She get. I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna push it on her chest. Said she ain't that strong, she lying. I'm going to win. I'm going to cut off, isn't that right? What about dropping her chest, you're going to start, so you'll quit playing that time, won't you? Y'all, I'll throw dirt. I don't care what spot, I'll throw dirt out cheek. I said, man, you good. Boom! Kick it up growing. They're like, man, you there? Yeah, I got to stop her. Y'all all right? That's how it got to work. Isn't that right? They don't like that, do they? Ain't let no woman beat you. Stop that stuff. You know, Chanel she beat the way out there playing basketball. I mean, he had to put that patch on his eye. Say, preach you bag around. I ain't gonna let no woman beat me. Stop it. Ain't no mercy. They got out there treat me like a man. Ain't that right? I run up a ladder and dunk on them. Don't make no difference. I cheat. Jump off a springboard. Whatever you got to do. You know, like John Q, do something, man. Y'all all right? They don't like that, do they? I tell you, man, we got to get in the forefront. What's wrong with our men? Come on, Phil. Look, you hold me at 2240. Now, let's see what he told us. I had 5'7". You had 5'17". Now, listen.
But Yahusha answered them, my Abba worketh hitherto.
Which is the Abari word for father. And what did he say?
And I work.
Tell him what that meant.
Therefore, the Yahudim sought the more to kill him.
Tell him why.
Because he not only had broken the Shabbat,
but did what?
Said also that Elohim was his Abba.
Doing what?
Making himself equal with Elohim.
Okay, at the 22nd chapter of the book of Matthew, 2240. A beautiful statement he made. Listen.
On these two commandments hang all the law and the Nabah.
Listen, it's Nabah. We don't have no prophet. Prophet is somebody that prophesies for, soothsay for God. We don't have no God. The Abari word is NBA. I know National Bastard Association. That's right. This is the Abari word Nabah. Prophets are soothsaying for God. Why would Elohim have somebody that soothsay? He taught us against that practice. Why would a man be soothsaying? Witchcraft and conjuring. White folk give you stuff, you just run to town with it. You just assume he gave you prophets. The man won't give you nobody soothsaying. We done came along and taught you against it. The book said, if I build again that which I tear out, I make myself a transgressor. Now why am I going to send a soothsayer? What would you got? Let's say they soothsayer, or they going to say they tell it coming past. Pick me up at the book of Yahu. They're going to call him Jeremiah. You know he was a bullfrog. Yahu. 28. 23. 23. Matter of fact, 23 and 1. Then we'll come down to 23. Goodness. Listen.
Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture.
Would they be pastors? They would have to be Raha. A pastor would be a Raha because he said sheep, so there's no way he could have said pastor, to say Raha, which is the Abari word for a shepherd. 23:1. Listen.
Saith Yahuwah, therefore, thus saith Yahuwah, Elohim of Yasharal, against the Ra'ah that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings, saith Yahuwah.
See that? I'm about the evil on these people. Come on.
And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase.
Y'all heard that before? When? Yahushua told us that other sheep I have that's not of this fold, them I must also bring. It's going to be one fold, it's going to be one Raha. So we heard Yahu, this is evident to his statements. These statements we heard him make, we had to be able to define these statements to make sure there's actually evidence to his statement. Have we ever been told that we were scattered? He was talking about there were other sheep. From where? Where were the other sheep? But then we know from our law that with Shaluma, who they call Solomon, that the tribes were broken and they were scattered. We know from captivity they were scattered. We know that we already had divine ruach, where they're going to say prophecy we don't have. We already had told us about our scattering to the four corners and us being brought back. So this is going to time behavior when he told us that he was going to bring us and there was going to be one fold and one raha. So all this makes sense. Isn't that right? Not good sense, because their good sense is stupid. Their good sense won't let them sit down and hear what we're saying. Listen.
And I will set up Ra'ah over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, saith Yahuwah.
Listen.
Behold, the Yamim come, saith Yahuwah, that I will raise unto Daoud a Sadiq branch, and a Malak shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment.
See, that's good for us to know. That's beautiful. You hold what you got. Don't give me this 2240. This is 2241. And we're going to come back to what you got right quick. Listen.
While the Pharisees were gathered together, Yahusha asked them, saying, What think ye of Mashiach?
They want to know what he want to know. What do they think about the anointed one, the Mashiach, not the Christ, Messiah? All these things going to tie over to their food. They're definitely something rubbed with oil. You can rub a freak with oil. You can rub all on a car. Isn't that right? You can rub all on CJ dry hands. That's all about what you want. I don't think it's going to help. They shook my hand. He done that, took the white out that thing, man. Them legal razor blades on that man's skin. So you just talking about rub what with oil? That's the Greek definition for Christ, Messiah, the rub with oil. Ours is the anointed one. So we're looking at concerning the anointed one. They want to know about the anointed one. What he want to know, son?
Whose Ben is he?
He want to know whose son. Ben, B-N. These guys go back B-E-N. They're going to say we got it wrong, but they got it wrong because we have no E. Again, our buns have no seeds. We got two beef, special sauce, lettuce, pickle, cheese, but our buns have no seeds. So we don't have an E and a W. Listen.
They say unto him, the Ben of Daoud.
What happened?
He saith unto them, How then doth Daoud in Ruach call him Alahim?
Y'all hear this? He just want to know how did he do it. Tell him what happened.
Saying, Yahuwah said unto my Alahim,
do what?
Sit thou on my right hand.
And what happened?
Till I make thine enemies thy footstool.
Tell him what he said.
If Daoud then call him Alahim,
what did he say?
How is he his Ben?
He didn't tell you he wasn't. He just needed them to explain how was it. That's all he needed to do is explain. He never told him that he was not this. He could have never told him he was not the Ben of Daoud. That wouldn't make sense. Because now we start to go back again and look at pattern of behavior. When statement he made, he told you about concerning hitherto my Abba work and I work. Huh? They say he not only had broken the Shabbat, but said that Alahim was his Abba, making himself equal with who? Alahim. He's also the son of Daoud, which would do what? It's going to make himself equal with Daoud. He's also the son of Yahusuf, which also going to make himself equal. Y'all all right? So we come back to look at all these different things. I said we look at pattern behavior, the meaning of statements. When we learn this, he was just not the son of Alahim. He's going to be the son of Alahim. He's going to be equivalent, equal to, but he's not going to be equivalent, equal to Daoud, when Daoud was a man after his own heart. Y'all all right? All these things we look at. Same thing when you find Yahushua, who they going to call Joseph his father. We don't know who Joseph is. We have no idea where they get a lot of these types, but we've just been condensed into all these different sayings, and we take them on, give them to our kids, give them to our grandpa, and say they're sacred. They're not sacred. These are names we got from the Anglo-Saxons. And then we come back to look at them, and he was a just man. It would make sense to use him. And it makes sense to place his son under him, under a man that got some of the same fact that he had, a just man. Huh? This is what we're looking for. And this is the same thing we're doing. And then what's going to make a person just or justify is our keeping of the law. A lot of us are justify ourselves. He told her, you are they which justify yourself. He said, but Alahim know your heart. That which is highly esteemed among Anus is an abomination in the sight of Alahim. A lot of stuff we do that we grade ourselves on it being good or great. He says abomination. Y'all got me? Our justification comes from the scripture. Y'all got me? That's what's supposed to vindicate us. That's what we look at when we look at the Shafatim. Judges or vindicate. That's what we look to be. We look to be Daniel, which is judged of Alahim. We're not looking to be judged of these people. These people can't judge us. Ain't that right? You can't get no liar, no rotten adulterer, no fornicator to judge me. What you think they going to say? They ain't going to judge me according to a mot. They going to judge me because they want me condemned because I condemn their ways. Ain't that right? Like I said, if I had come and spoken to them, they wouldn't have had no sin. I'd mess up these Hebrews like Ken. They wouldn't have had no sin. But now they ain't got no clothes. Huh, that's all it is. It's an undercover. That's all they got. They got an undercover. And I take that undercovering off on them, show them, I can see straight through these jokers. Like they camp, blow that campfire out. And I like bang boogie. We the true Yehudi. Man, teach these folks they know Israelite. Nigga, bust your bug. No Israelite, man. We of Yashrael. Get that food. See, white people wants to go in with their food because they know these white people know you only matriculated just a little. Enough to still be trapped. When they catch you with that W and that E, when you start smelling, they said, got him. I already know where. That's what we got. He ain't going nowhere. He's still W and E. He'll be back. And he said, yeah, Jesus is the same thing, see? Yeshua and Jesus. They're the same, right? Both of them damned. Yep. My old crooked up name. The man's name is Yahusha. When was the father named Yeshua? Is you sure? Is you sure? I gave you the white man, I gave you their alphabet. They make a fool out of it. How did you spell alphabet, A-L-E-P-H, and then you come up that olive is the E? How did you pick the E instead of the A? Why don't you just use the L or the P or the H? All of a sudden you grabbed the done E. All the letters you could have grabbed, start off alphabet. I was A-L-A-P-H. You got A-L-E-P-H. How did you grab the E out of alphabet? That show you the white man put it in your face, you still ain't got no sense. Still ain't got no sense. Now he gonna take the E, so how you spell the other words with an A then? Since you just told me that this is you. This is how stupid the Israelite camps is. You just told me this is this. I don't know how you spell David. Explain to me how you spell David with an E. Where's your A? Oh, then you go back and then you can make one of these. See, it's too much playing. This is too much doing playing. Damn! Too much playing. Because it don't even make, tell them explain. This right here start all they teaching. Don't go nowhere else. When you got him, you said this is this. So explain to me how you going to spell damn. How you going to spell David? It's too many words he can't spell. How you going to do it? I done jacked them up right here. They can't go nowhere. They go right back to them camps and tell them folks, before they don't put another log on that fire. Put that out. Let's get this straight. Hold on, go get some more logs right quick, my brother. My brother. It makes no sense. But this is the thing that we look at. We've been trapped and condensed so long until these people lie, and even these camps get involved with it. These camps don't want you to go so far. Because they know too much light gets shed, it's going to shine on them too. Isn't that right? Because, I mean, this is all we got to do is just look. Since you don't have an A and you got an E, we're going to have a lot of problems with these spellings you're going to come up with. There are some words you're going to be leaving out over here. Now, explain to me where you're going to get an A from since you just told me that the olive is an E. Problem. Every time. Then we're going to start playing with it in the coup. That's when we're going to vowel point. We're going to start doing them points. We're going to start playing with them musical notes. We're going to dot our way out. You know who told about this? Shaul told them. Said they're going to start dotting about. That's in the coup. We're going to start playing these vowel points. We're going to start dotting. We're going to make a dot, 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 dot. Anytime they can't go nowhere, they start dotting about. He done told me about y'all already. He said, watch them. They're going to start dotting about. They're not going to stay inside that arena. That arena get tighter now. That arena get real tight. They start that dotting about. Shaul said, watch them. He's going to start dotting about. Strife for word. They lose out and they can't fix it. They're going to start nutting up. So we start looking at our salvation on the line now. It's time for everybody starting here first to get on point. Too many people playing games, and this is your salvation on the line. I want to know if we don't have one, how did you create one? How are we going to spell these other words? We don't have an A. When they started with the alphabet, everybody was just going back to the alphabet. Go and get your 26 characters. Go and get your 26, you're going to mess up. And you got too much going on, and all you're going to do is lead people in the error. Because you know good and done well. Now, you're not going to explain me how you done came up with that A now. How did you pick the E? Tell me, looking at this, what made you say go get the E? Allah. What did you hear E? Allah. What did you hear E? What made you grab E? So it's the E. Aleph. Aleph is what he got. Aleph. Outward. I can't hear it. I don't even hear the E. Where you getting it from? Emmanuel. Aleph. Emmanuel. This ain't making no sense. Explain to me where you getting this E from. It ain't even making sense. Aleph. Emmanuel. I'm confused. Now you're lying. Stuff don't even make no sense. Thank the Most High. I appreciate y'all, Keith. Them folks mess us up. There's a lot of damage being done out here today by our people. You talk these mores. That's some more. You got them too. They got the more. Everybody a more now. They got all kind of stuff. None of the stuff they get from no book though. Amazing. They can't find this stuff in the writings. They cannot find the stuff they got in the writings. Everybody is creating. You're only going to come up with, you're either going to be a Lamed or you're going to be a Raha, which is going to be the shepherd of pastor. They say, why you call yourself a pastor? Because I know that's all you know. I talk to these people, they say, I ain't never heard of no pastor. I ain't never heard of no rabbi. I heard of ribeye. I like mine well done. Well, medium well, no blood. Medium well, no blood. That's the best thing you can do with a rabbi or ribeye. But you're going to come to a raha. Y'all hear me? A lot of stuff we got, people have just given us stuff, and it's done a lot of damage to us. If all these count, we can get together and sit down and look at a lot of this stuff, we can get our people back on point. That's what we're looking at when they come down. He told us in Yahu concerning these rahas. What do you think they hadn't done? They hadn't visited these people. They'll send somebody to pick up your money and don't come to church. That's some more. They got more rate than they got a more rate and they'll tell you something. They don't come, they make it. Minda I Misha I with a big piece of pie. That's some more. How did he come up with this one? The Italian told us that's the joke. That's when the sun hit your eye with a big piece of pie. I don't know. We got a lot of damage going on. I don't know. It's a lot of damage, so we have to do damage control. Come on, son, finish up. Yahu.
Behold.
23, what verse you at now?
Verse 5.
At verse 5, tell them what happened.
Behold, the Yamim come, saith Yahuwah, that I will raise unto Daoud a Sadiq branch.
That's what we're looking at. So it ties in. We find him. He's going to raise a branch. Somebody that's going to shoot, that's going to spring out. So we're going to look for a bend. A branch is going to shoot out from a tree. This is Yeshayahu told us this same thing in the 11th chapter. Pick me up 11 and 1, son. Again, we come back to do like it's evident. We want to look to make sure this thing is evident. 11 and 1. I ain't going to try to hold y'all too much longer. I know y'all done heard a lot today. Y'all heard the Black Panther speech. Anytime you speak, I say something that automatically you got to be Black Panther. All these organizations too weak for me. They don't sell out. I ain't giving no crackheads. They gonna smoke dope. We put these people on the truth. You can't let white folks they don't make me confused enough to go drink no liquor and smoke no dope. Anything made me more upset with them, let me know the more I need to stay sober. I can't trust. I don't see how you got time to get drunk and get high. Too much going on around. Your enemy doing too much against you. He done did too many play on words using semantics on you. You can't afford to be nice. You can't afford not to be sober. Y'all don't really, it's so much work against your favorite man taught you about Yahushua. It's ridiculous. Listen.
And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse.
And what happened?
And a branch shall grow out of his roots.
See that? We're gonna look at Jesse. Who they call Jesse? Who was this? Daud's father. So we already been looking for this branch to come. This is the branch we've been looking at, a Sadiq that was to come on the scene. And you know what that branch is going to do? It's going to emulate or formulate from that tree. And that's the same thing. Well, look, hitherto my arbor work and our work doing the same thing. It's going to come out the formula to do the same thing. Y'all got me? The seed that's in a tree, when it come out and fall on the ground, it's going to emulate and do the same thing. If it got the same nutrient, the same amount of rain, the same amount of sunshine, it's going to do the same behavior. So if you come along and you keep the same law, statute, commandment, then guess what? You're going to formulate and create the same thing. You have the same statement he got. Hitherto my Father work and I work. You're going to do the same thing he does, but you got to keep the same behavior, the same pattern. What did he do? He kept himself under the discipline of the Dabarim. We keep going and we look at how white people taught us. It's always when you see any Christian Negro preacher, they always taught you to live submissive to everything. Come under everything. Just believe him as greater and you as lesser. That don't make sense. That's not even his teaching. How the book going to tell me that as he is, so am I in this arrest? Then explain me how did I become less? How could you tell me as he is, so am I in this arrest? We saw him in the arrest and he told us that he was the same as the Abba. Let's see something, son. At the book of Philippians. You can go ahead and just, we can probably drop that. Philippians. And rightfully so, they don't flip the nigga all over the place. Flipping a nigga. So turn to flipping nigga 3 and about verse 7. I'm sorry, 2. Flipping a nigga 2 and 7. That's all they've been doing, flipping nigga every which way but loose. Listen.
But made himself.
Remember at 6, 2 and 6.
Who, being in the form of Alyahu.
I don't know why these folk got that as a problem. The book told you he was coming in the form. A form is a figure or a shape. Huh? A form is a figure or a shape. The book said he was in the form of Alyahu. What did he do, son?
Thought it not robbery.
He didn't see where it was in it. He didn't see where it was. He was taking away. Robbery is when you take something. That's what robbing. You call it, you say you've been robbed. That means somebody took something from you. So he said, since I'm in the same form, I don't see how I'm taking anything away. What did he do?
Thought it not robbery.
Do what?
Be equal with.
I don't know why they were trying to throw rocks. So this statement was not a wrong statement. He said, since I'm in the same form, I don't know, I can't see how I took nothing away. I don't see how I could insult him. Some people, it's insulting to say you them. Like you'll see nigga go and put on all 23 and can't hit a basket. Now you shouldn't have said you know Michael Jordan. Right. You shouldn't have put that 23 on. Right. I hate seeing a nigga put on all the stuff. Years ago, you said, nigga, that junk, you be like, I would not have bought all them clothes to come out here and play no basketball. Nigga, authentic short jersey, sock, shoe, and nigga don't play. Nigga, put your tongue in your mouth. You know, you learn, when I learn, you go, that's the nigga you don't pick. Because you ain't finna, that nigga is finna run this court, this nigga gonna be shoot, and you ain't not finna get that ball. I'm telling you, fire them jokers out the room. You see them joker there, son, they got that stuff, be like, don't pick him. Well, y'all ever know that? If you see him with all that stuff on, don't pick him. You finna have him. You not finna stop him. Because somebody told that nigga he play like magic. You finna be, he play like John. You finna have a mess. Don't pick him. I might have to do it one time. We was at LA Fit, pick that joker. That joker's out there, one of them picked it. That joker running. I stop. You, come on, out the court. He said, I said, you done. He said, you said, I said, I'm done. Said, you out the court. That joke was hot with me. That joke, he wasn't red, none of them mixed niggas. He was hot. I said, man, you gone. Come on, man, you gone. He said, man, you can't. You out of here. Come on, gone. That time they get that ball, that nigga run through 4 defenders straight mid. Come on. I had to say it a couple times. I said, come on. We're not finna keep it. I'm not doing this. Come on. He was all that talking about what I couldn't do. I guarantee he was talking on the sideline. All they kept on, man, you can't put him out. As long as you standing over there, now in that court, we good. Let's roll. Y'all all right? Because you know that was robbery. He was taken away from us out here. And that's the same thing we look at with him. That's why he left. He said, I didn't see it being robbery. He said not to be something like or similar to, exact, equal. Y'all got me? Goodness. My eye done got twisted up in here. Goodness. I only got it crossing up in here by me. Now, this is not wrong. I done said them two got in the middle of that thing, boy. My eye, I got it cross. I like it. Sometimes you get to going, you lose it. So, if 1, 1, 1, 1 equals 4 and 2 plus 2 equals 4, neither one of these are robbery. This is not robbery. This says equivalent to this. Same thing. Same thing. This is how we had to look at him. It's exact. Huh? Because at the end, we're going to do as the book told us. All we need to do is now, hit a conclusion. We're going to mess a lot of them up. They looking at this and this. Let's just get to the conclusion. Your book teacher in the book of Kahalah, they're going to call it Ecclesiastes. I don't know who these people are. Kahalah, which is going to be the lecture or preacher. This is what the preacher's telling you. If we get to the conclusion, this is all you worry about at the end of the day, as long as you get him. That's all at the end of the day. Now let's get down to where what matters. This right here, all these pluses here, or this 1 plus, or what it equals to. What matters? This is going to be called the sum. Am I correct? That's all we want to do. Let's get to the sum. Right? So once we get him, don't get yourself caught up him. As long as they equal out right here. Just like your struggles, your tribulation, other things, you get correction. As long as you equal out to what he told you, that's the only thing that matters. All I got to do is get to, it don't matter how you got there, let's just get to the sum. Huh? And you go back and add it, just like with subtraction. They taught us years ago we did math, we did subtraction. To know if you were right to check it, go back and take what you took away and add it back up and see if it come back the way you started. That's how you know it right. Isn't that right? That's that old man. I don't know, they do that now. When you did mathematics, y'all remember that? When you did mathematics and you did subtraction, after you subtracted, you went right back and put what you took away and put it right down there and see if it added right back the way you started. That's how you knew you were right. When I took him, I could take him right back to the beginning and say, that's how I know I'm right. Y'all all right? Just like when I look at this here, I know this. 1, 1, 1, 1 equals 4. Well, this is 2. How did I get 2? I need 2 of these. Well, this is the same. Let me see. That's all I need to know. Then that's the sum. That's the conclusion of the whole matter. Huh? I had to know 1 before I knew 2. Because your law told you at the mouth of what was it? Oh, well, I'm going to know 2, I had to know 1. Y'all hear me? That's just being honest. We got to actually look at a lot of things we've taken, equations and statements we've taken. We haven't really came back and really added this stuff up to see if it made sense. We've just been taking things and doing things. And just like the word, we talked about the word jesting. Jesting. When you take jesting, and jesting go a lot further when you think. It can just be a witty remark. I can just say something witty. That's jesting. But now you're dealing with something that comes from Latin. You're dealing with Greek. So you start dealing with a lot of stuff. So now you got to listen now. The book told you not to jest. That means you don't make nothing, you don't say nothing funny, nothing witty. Nothing. What you going to do with it? That book. At the 18th chapter of the book of Beth, which is for the second. Malachim, they're going to call it Kings. Malachim 18:20. Make it 18:18 right quick. We'll read down. It's Aleph. Sorry, Aleph. Listen.
And he answered, I have not troubled Yasharal.
But who?
But thou and thy father's house.
That's what I do. People say, I come to trouble. I come to trouble the whole house. Listen.
In that ye have forsaken the commandments of Yahuwah.
Yeah.
And thou hast followed Balaam.
Come on.
Now therefore send and gather to me all Yasharal unto the Mount Carmel.
Yeah.
and the Nabat and the prophets of Baal 450, and the prophets of the groves 400, which eat at Jezebel's table.
Yeah.
So Ahab sent unto all the children of Yasharal, and gathered the prophets together unto Mount Carmel.
Yeah.
And Alyahu came unto all the people and said, How long halt ye between two opinions? If Yahuwah be Elohim,
Do what?
follow him.
What happened?
But if Baal, then follow him.
Listen.
And the people answered him not a dabari.
Listen.
Then said Alyahu unto the people, I, even I only, remain an Abba of Yahuwah. But Baal's prophets are 450 anus. Let them therefore give us 2 bullocks, and let them choose 1 bullock for themselves, and cut it in pieces,
Yeah.
and lay it on wood, and put no fire under. And I will dress the other bullock, and lay it on wood, and put no fire under.
Yes.
And call ye on the name of your gods,
Yeah.
and I will call on the name of Yahuwah.
Listen.
And the Elohim that answereth by fire,
Let him do what?
let him be Elohim.
Listen.
And all the people answered and said, It is well spoken.
What happened?
And Alyahu said unto the prophets of Baal, Choose you 1 bullock for yourselves,
The
and dress
prophet
it
would
first.
fit them, not in the bar, because they're soothsaying. Listen.
For ye are many, and call on the name of your gods, but put no fire under. And they took the bullock which was given them, and they dressed it, and called on the name of Baal from morning even until noon,
And what happened?
saying, O Baal, hear us.
What happened?
But there was no voice,
There was no voice.
nor any that answered.
What happened?
And they leaped upon the altar which was made. And it came to pass at noon that Alyahu mocked them,
That
and
he did
said,
what?
that
What
Alyahu mocked them,
What happened?
and said,
What did
Cry
he say?
aloud,
Cry what?
cry aloud,
Why?
for he is a God.
And what happened?
Either he is talking,
Or?
or he is pursuing, or he is in a journey, or peradventure he sleepeth, and must be awaked.
This would be a witty remark. This would be a witty remark. This would be jesting. So you have to watch these people that give you words. Because they'll trap and trip you up into a whole lot of stuff and have you believing something is sin and error by their definition. See, your law already told you about that. Warning them that call evil good and good evil. So you got to watch these people. They're real crap because, see, they don't want you to make fun of them. But they make fun of you. Everything they told you was sacred, they made fun of it. They used goddamn and told you it was sacred. They've taken air, they took Jesus, told you it was sacred, they made jokes about Jesus. And you try to say, wow, how they take the Lord's name in vain? I just had to make a fool out of you. I taught you things to make a fool. We don't take the name of Yahuwah in vain. He said, because I won't hold you guiltless. He said, I will not hold you guiltless. You take my name. Care a damn about no Jesus. That's an earth pig. Why are you sitting around trying to make an earth pig sacred? That making much sense as a Jewish person making, what is it, pork kosher, which is sense. Keep talking. That is true. Because if you look at it, that's just something not contaminated when it's kosher. A pig is kosher. What do you mix a pig with? Nothing but some collard green. Pig kosher. Ain't nothing mixed with a pig. What do you mix a pig with? Nothing. It's just all rat. He kosher. He good. Because kosher is not a word you're going to find for us. Kosher is a word he made up. Then we go in the store. First thing we're looking for is what? Kosher. That means he prayed over it. Idolatry. Somebody that believe in Baphomet. Somebody that's going to sit around and work a 5-star pennant. And we're going to let him go and tell us our food clean. This man got kosher shrimp, kosher pork. This man got kosher liquor. And all these years, you just look at how he played us. He played with us when he gave us the Nikud, when he gave us Aleph. This right here should show your first signs of your stupidity. Aleph. Aleph. Emmanuel. Yeah, I hear it. Don't even make common sense. You didn't even pronounce it. I told you, Nabah. Let me see how I got that. The Nun, the Beth, the Aleph. Which means you can hear the characters I'm calling to show you how I spell this. The Ra'ah, which is mean I got the Rosh and I got the final form of the Hey. Now explain to me how you got Aleph and you came with an E. Emmanuel. Don't even make sense. Then you have no A for David. Nor do you have an A for damn. I'm going to give you one. Down that religion. You were missing it, so I had to give it to you. You didn't have one, I had to give you one. That's bad. Real bad. You're going to tell they're going to have to be deemed. Deemed you. He can't damn them. He got to deem the people. See, you start, if you watch people on, you can see, if they just take their time, they'll see, this stuff come out to be error. Because you can't start moving and putting what you want. You got to get a grasp and a concept of the alphabet before you start fooling with it. Otherwise, you're going to mess up somebody. And that's what happened to a lot of these groups. They just throwing stuff out of their mouth. They said they got 5 and 6, 12 books. And all these books, dirty books that make many books and no end and much study and wear them to the flesh. Then you put out me, I'm writing my stuff down so I can be tracked. Tell them, say, put your stuff out there, let me see where you got it from. That's tight. We've been there. We've seen the damage of it. And at the end of the day, you're going to sit here and doubt with something that only you know yourself. Right here, going to make you look and say, this is a problem. We need to go back and look at what we got this from, where I saw it from. Because when you go back and you look at how you got this stuff here, you're going to go back and you're going to watch. This going to come from your Greek and from your Latin. They don't tell you they got it from Greek and Latin. That's where America got his alphabets from. That's bad. Well, as long as we keep going. Come on, son, finish up what you got.
Continuing at Aleph Malachim.
Listen.
And they cried aloud and cut themselves after their manner with knives and lancets, till the blood gushed out upon them. And it came to pass, when midday was past, and they prophesied unto the time of the offering of the evening sacrifice, that there was neither voice, nor any to answer, nor any that regarded. And Alyahu said unto all the people, Come near unto me. And all the people came near unto him, and he repaired the altar of Yahuwah that was broken down. And Alyahu took 12 stones, according to the number of the tribes of the sons of Jacob, unto whom the Dabari of Yahuwah came, saying, Yasharal shall be thy name. And with the stones he built an altar in the name of Yahuwah. And he made a trench about the altar as great as would contain 2 measures of seed. And he put the wood in order, and cut the bullock in pieces, and laid him on the wood, and said, Fill 4 barrels with maim, and pour it on the burnt sacrifice and on the wood. And he said, Do it the second time. And they did it the second time. And he said, Do it the third time. And they did it the third time. And the maim ran round about the altar, and he filled the trench also with maim. And it came to pass at the time of the offering of the evening sacrifice, that Alyahu the Nabah came near, and said, Yahuwah, Elohim of Abraham, Yatsakut, and of Yasharal, let it be known this yom that thou art Elohim and Yasharal.
What happened?
And that I am thy servant, and that I have done all these things at thy Dabari.
Listen.
Hear me, O Yahuwah, hear me, that this people may know that thou art Yahuwah Elohim, and that thou hast turned their heart back again.
See that? You want to let them know he'll turn their heart back again. Listen.
Then the fire of Yahuwah fell, and consumed the burnt sacrifice, and the wood, and the stones, and the dust, and licked up the maim that was in the trench.
Yeah.
And when all the people saw it, they fell on their faces. And they said, Yahuwah, he is Elohim. Yahuwah, he is Elohim.
That's beautiful. Let's look at something right quick. At the book of Exodus Apostle, I'm going to let y'all go. But we done jumped and we kind of hit some other stuff, but it's still right. Acts chapter 2, at the verse 14. And then we'll finish up at Key. They're going to call it, what are they going to call it? Malachi. Four and four. Listen.
But Cuff, standing up with the 11,
lifted up
his voice and said unto them,
Ye
a news of Yehuda,
and all ye
that dwell at Jerusalem,
be this,
known unto you,
and hearken
to my Dabarim,
for these
are not drunken,
as
ye suppose
seeing,
it is but the 3rd hour of the Yom.
which is what time? which would be approximately 9 a.m., which would be approximately the time they'd have took Yahushua up and they'd have put him up on the tube, 9 a.m. The next 3 hours you'll find will be 12. The next 3 hours you'll find will be 6. 9, 6, and 12. These are your hours. And you look when he started to soak the bullock 3 times. 9, 12, 6. You can count it all you want to. Still going to be right. All you got to do is just pay attention to the song. He says the 3rd hour of the day. But what was it, son?
For these are not drunken, as ye suppose.
Seen.
It is but the 3rd hour of the Yom.
But this is what?
That
Which was spoken.
By the Nabah Yahuwah.
Saying what?
And it shall come to pass in the last Yamim.
That what happened?
Saith Alahim, I will pour out of my Ruach upon all flesh.
Wow. He told them to take the water. He wanted to soak it 3 times. Pour out. He also took the barrels and wanted to pour it out too. Out on the sacrifice. And they were going to go and fill the trenches. I'm going to pour out of my Ruach, not spirit. Spirit is a house where you go and you buy liquor. They taught us that spirit. That's what we've been having people, man, you got the spirit. All of them got the spirit. People drunk. And they'll insult you and they'll put liquor store, they put House of Spirit in white neighborhood. You said, man, that's amazing, House of Spirit. And then, because you know why? When you go in church and run around and flip on stuff and fall like a fool, you gotta have the spirit. You gotta be drunk. Ain't about a drunk, man. There's never been no conduct behavior. You know what we did when a man ran and did stuff? We named him lunatic. Yep. We separated lunatic. The man had to go out there and call them spirits out of the bastards. How you come inside a place and then you run around, something got you, nobody can't hold you, and you flipping over chairs and desks. Folk gotta grab you and mess up they done Sunday Easter suit fooling with you. It's crazy. He gonna pour out of his ruach upon all
flesh,
and your son
and your daughters divine Ruach.
And what happened?
Your young Anus shall see Kazun.
See that? See Kazun, which is vision. He never talk about no prophesying. That's why I want to hear him, Yahoo 23:23. He gonna tell you that the Nabal that had the dream, let him tell a dream. And he that had my Dabarim, let him speak it faithfully. He never told about a soothsayer. He tell you right now, when he pour out of his ruach, this is the discipline you're gonna have. Your young man gonna see what?
Kazun.
He gonna see Kazun, which is vision, and your old men
shall dream dreams.
That's what a Nabal gonna do. Ain't no Nabal gonna be soothsaying. He'll be doing bones down. Oh, lucky charm. Man, please, that's some nigga stuff. Somebody read my palms. Read the bell and I slap against your done face. That's gonna be the best way to know this. When I hit your, you gonna say, ow! I said, that's it now. You got it right. Out when you come back up, when you get through. And you leave your feet, then you know the spirit is talking. Listen.
And on my servants
and
on my handmaidens
will I do what?
I will pour out in those Yamim of my Ruach.
Listen.
And they shall divine Ruach.
Listen what's going to happen.
And I will shew wonders in Shamayim above.
And
signs in the Ariz beneath.
What did that teach us? That's the art. That's right, the art. He said he's going to show wonders where?
In Shamayim above.
Which is his sign. In the Shamayim. And?
Signs in the Ariz beneath.
Which is a sign. See, these people don't even pay attention, don't even know what he's talking about. That's the art. Which means he showed us in the Shamayim it's going to be his sign. That's why we look for him. That's why he put the sun in the Shamayim. Which means it was his sign. Not only was it his sign, it was his son. Where else you going to put the sun at? Huh? Then I put a sun right here on the wrist. The art. That's why you gotta love him. See, when we read it, this don't throw us out. This makes sense. Barashit taught us this. It taught us this. This makes sense. What if he told her, I'm just gonna put a sign? Where? Where? Because we need to know, is it a sign or is it his sign? Depending on where it's at. He told you, you are from where? I am from, which means let you know, his son. His sign. That's it. Listen.
Blood and fire and vapor of smoke.
Wow. What you think happened when he poured that water he called on Alyahu? He said the fire came and consumed it. Which means if it came and you, listen, any food with common sense know you boil water, you're going to get vapors. Man, come on, Biz Market told you, baby, you got the vapors. Come on, man, you got the vapors. What's going to happen when you sit here and you're going to hit water with, and water going to take some fire? Smoke. I just told you just got a bullock, you just cut it in pieces and put it down on top of the altar. You got blood. I just told you to dash it with water, then I'm going to consume it with fire. Man, you got fire and vapor of smoke. Pay attention. And the last Yamin, what you think happened when you just read in the book of Allah Malakim? After they got through, it came time to the evening sacrifice. This the end now. Let's go ahead and put this thing in charge. Go ahead and cut and lay it in order. Huh? Take them sticks. Lay it in order. His order right here. And that's the 2. What other order you don't get to put it on? That's the 2. What other order you going to lay it on? You putting a sacrifice on it. You're going to put it on order. They lay it in order where you can put them on the 2. Now you took the bull out. Now you done sat here and you don't wind up cutting the man. So now you got your blood. The man been drinking, the man been set. What's your having you put a man up in the sun, the man been hanging up all that time? Now come down, he's I'm a consumer. Y'all got to pay attention to what the man get ready to do to us. That's why the man sat here and tried to tell you, I'm trying to get you to turn you back. Now, what he tell you when these people say here they start divine ruaching on the day of what they're going to call Pentecost, which true name is Ukog Shabua. I don't care how many pennies cost. We got to look at what he called it. It's Ukog Shabua. Folk done messed up. I don't care about how many pennies cost. Not time for no nigga pennies. Come on, Fendi. Come on, Malachi. They're going to call and I'm going to let y'all get ready and go. Book right, though.
I'm not.
Finish that last part you got first, DeVale, before he give me this 4 and 4 Malachi. Matter of fact, make it 4 and 1 on Malachi. What, finish up a little bit more you got? Let's hit 4 and 1 first. Come on.
The sun shall be turned into Kashak.
Y'all hear that? What that tell you right now? I don't know why these folks don't pay attention. The sun going to do what?
The sun shall be turned into darkness.
I don't know why these folks don't pay attention. I don't know why. Why would you be looking for a white man? I just told you what color he's going to be. The sun going to be dark. Let you know he's going to be a black man. And like the book told you in the book of Amos, and it should be no light in it. He's not leopard. Why are you looking for a leopard to come do something for you? Your own proverbs say a leopard can't change his spots. That's what they teaching, ain't it? Ain't that what they say about a leopard? He's known for not changing his spot. Why am I looking for a leopard? My book done told me, the book I mean said, for those of you that desire the day of Yahuwah, shall not it be kashak, even very dark, and no light in it? Tell you the man ain't gonna have no leprosy. Right. Why are you looking for a leopard? The man just told me the man gonna be turned into what? The sun shall be what?
Turned into darkness.
What was it done? Kashak. That take me right back to what I seen in the book about a sheet. Come on.
And the moon into blood.
Listen.
Before that great and notable Yom of Yahuwah come.
See that? Before that great and notable, meaning you're looking for a time. Huh? It's been noted. You say noted, meaning we're going to go back to check this. When they tell you to note something, mean you put specifics on this because it's going to come up again. Come on, visit at the book of, let's go here at Malachi 4 and 1 so I can get y'all finished. I'm glad y'all let me talk for these 20 minutes before I get out of there. What about 20 minutes? Depending on who count time. One day with Yahuwah is just 1,000 years. So ain't been here but a couple of seconds. I ain't even got started then. Listen.
For behold, the Yom cometh.
See that the Yom, not day. Y-U-M. White folks, see, follow them bastards. Them little soup bowl bastards. They got you spelling young. It's Yom. Yom for day. Yamim for days. They got them jokes to my yum. Which make no sense anyway. I don't know how you spell Y-O-U is yum. I did that? Oh, I put day, okay. You want to be yom. They look like, what they got, Yom Kippur? It's kafar. But see these white folk and they discipline, they watch us. Everything we got, watch these Jewish people right there with them. We got everything they got. And it does some more. I'm trying to figure, when your eye hits the sky like a big piece of pie, that's amore. Do this even make sense? What does a pie in your eye got to do with the sky? White folks sell us so many pipe dreams, but it don't even make no sense. Some stuff we say just don't even say it. That's like, white folks just laugh at us. Listen.
The yom cometh that shall burn as an oven.
They're going to burn as an oven. Listen what happened.
And all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble.
See that? Going to burn it up. Listen what happened.
And the yom that cometh shall burn them up, saith Yahuwah of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
Listen.
But unto you that fear my name,
and do what?
Shall the son of Sadiq arise
what?
With healing in his wings.
Now where he going to rise at?
And
where
ye
the
shall
sun
go
rise
forth.
at? In the east. And it's going to rise in the Shamayim, which means that's going to be his sign. We had to look for his sign when the sun was going to rise. The Ot. Listen.
And ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall.
Yeah.
And ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet.
Making ashes. Listen.
In the yom that I shall do this,
listen,
saith Yahuwah of hosts.
Yeah.
Remember ye the law of Mashah, my servant.
Put it back to the Torah. He said, remember the Torah. Remember the law of Moshe. Who is Moses? Moses. Where is Moses? Yeah. I was like, you ain't got to do all that to be with me. I said, keep your weed and makeup, rock your weed, that's what's up. Moses, when Moses performed, I don't know Moses. I be looking saying, who is this guy? That right. I be like, Moses gone when he be performing. How many of y'all be feeling like that? Moses be like, he be another person, don't it? I be like, you something, I don't feel like I know you. Come on, finish this up.
Which I commanded unto him in Horeb.
For who?
For all Yasharal.
With the what?
Statutes and judgments.
And what happened?
Behold, I will send you Alyahu, the Nabah, before the coming of the great and dreadful Yom of Yahuwah.
That notable Yom. What is he going to do?
And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children.
That's what he did. That's what he was doing when he came there. He made marker. That's why I made marker their gods. That's amazing. They're going to try to say I'm Justin. Then you don't have to blame Alyahu for Justin. I make marker their God. Your God can't show up. He can't perform. I know he can't do that. Maybe on a long journey. Pre-adventure, he's sleeping. He can't hear. But by their definition, I'm Justin. Then you're going to accuse him of Justin. Now I know you're going to hell. Huh? The man will come tell you, Yahuwah is mighty. And you're going to go and say he Justin. The man will tell you just like it is. I can make fun of your God. I can laugh at you. I laugh at you in your situation. It's Bible. Listen.
And the heart of the children to their fathers.
See that? And turn the heart of the children back to their father. That's what happened.
Lest I come and smite the Aritz with a curse.
And they ain't with words. Huh? This is what he was trying to do. Trying to get them to turn their hearts back. In order to do that, though, he had to make marker of their God. He had to sit there and show them the shame of them following God and all the fools they done. Look at all the fools we done, running around them churches, running around the room and falling out like a fool, damaging, hurting ourselves up for this done idol God. Now he come in, somebody, you shouldn't pick it, you should. That's what he did. Ran out, you look stupid. Making a fool out yourself playing with these people, God. Then he was able to get the people to turn their hearts back before this man come back. And he ain't going to be just a sacrifice, he's going to consume you too. That's why he said all the wicked going to be ashes. You're going to be stubborn. That's what he did. When the fire came down and consumed the sacrifice, it also got the prophets too. He gave commandment for Yashua to kill all the prophets, bring all and kill them. Now one of these bastards going to be left. Now you're going to have to make up your mind whose side you're going to be on. Don't you get set. When it comes to your soul, you can't let everybody just tell you anything. You got to investigate and make sure it's right because it's going to determine where you spend eternity. That's good.
Amen.